From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, September 15th, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.11 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,323 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $612. Antiwar.com reports Syria ceasefire is holding, with the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights noting that there has not been a single death over the first 48 hours of the truce. The U.S. and Russia have agreed to extend the ceasefire, which was initially set for 7 days, by an additional 48 hours. There have been dozens of claimed ceasefire violations over the period, with Russia claiming they documented 60 such incidents. Still no deaths to show for it. Stray gunfire here and there is a dramatic improvement over the usual situation in the Civil War. The U.S. State Department, similarly grousing about violations, conceded violence was significantly lower and said that so long as that remains the case, there would be more discussion of more extensions, with an eye towards an indefinite extension of the deal. Part of the deal was for 7 days of pause in strikes against the Nusra Front, with the U.S. and Russia launching joint operations against Nusra afterwards. Several Pentagon officials have expressed opposition to this idea, but it seems to still be at least on the table. When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.xyz, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.xyz today to find out more. UPI reports the House Oversight Committee will conduct a hearing with executives from Mylan, a pharmaceutical company that has significantly increased the price of the EpiPen, an auto-injector used to treat severe allergic reactions. Witnesses for the hearing, which starts September 21st, will include Mylan Chief Executive Heather Bresch, who is the daughter of Senator Joe Manchin. Doug Throckmorton, Deputy Director of the Center for Drug Evaluation and Research at the FDA, is also scheduled to testify, as legislators have questioned the agency about delays in approving a generic version of the EpiPen. Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz of Utah and Ranking Democrat Elijah Cummings of Maryland said in a joint statement, "There is justified outrage from families and schools across the country struggling to afford the high price of the EpiPens. We also plan to examine ways to encourage greater competition in the EpiPen market and to speed FDA's approval of acceptable new generic applications." Mylan has raised the price of the life-saving injector to $500 for a 2-pack from $57 per shot when it took over production of the product in 2007. Bresch, who became Mylan's CEO in 2002, helped lead the company's lobbying efforts to have schools carry EpiPens for students with allergies. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports 3 rights groups launched a campaign on Wednesday to try to persuade President Barack Obama to pardon former NSA contractor Edward Snowden on U.S. theft and espionage charges before Obama leaves office in January. The ACLU, Amnesty International, and Human Rights Watch said the time was right to rally support for a pardon for Snowden, who leaked documents about top-secret U.S. surveillance programs to journalists in 2013, fled to Hong Kong, and was granted asylum in Russia. Speaking on Wednesday via video, Snowden told a news conference in New York City that he was comfortable with the decisions he had made, but whether or not he gets a presidential pardon is not up to him. Snowden added, "I do not myself ask for a pardon, and I never will." Snowden said he cannot receive a fair trial in the United States because a law he was charged under, the 1917 Espionage Act, does not allow him to explain to a jury his reasons for leaking information. A pardon now may make sense for Obama, according to some of the groups, because he may be seeking to burnish his legacy and be able to act with less concern for politics. Obama will leave office at the end of his second 4-year term on January 20th. The campaign coincides with the release of the film titled Snowden, directed by Oliver Stone. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.